right, and he's going to start at 10,000. Blinds are 30 and 60. To the felt we go. Dan Kelly. They call him DJ K. Kelly.
22-year-old young, tough pro.
Cards are weird.
All his peers really respect this guy.
He quickly folds. Jason Somerville also going out. And now it is on Noah Schwartz. I like to call him McLovin from that movie Superbad.
I wouldn't know, Vince. I didn't see it. Action over to Doc Sands. Doc, a one to watch here in the WPT. Not this hand as he folds.
And now the chip leader, Sean Jazayeri, 53 years old, amateur player, is going to raise with a queen-10. It's right behind him. Jason Burt with ace-king.
I'm all in.
Jason Burt in the big blind going all in on deal number one with Big Slick. He's got ace-king, and he quickly takes down the pot. So
Sean mucking there.
It's a good first 10.
Ace-king picking that up nicely.
It's the thing of beauty for Jason Burt as he takes down pot number one by moving all in.
See, Sean.
He started the final table here in 6th chip position.
Nice hand.
With that pot, he's moved into 5th place.
But you would just wonder, Sean, just make him sweat a little bit. You also come for a little sweat in poker, don't you, Mike?
oh no, not me. When you got ace-king like that, I like the all-in bet by Jason. Take it down and move on to the next hand.
Okay, back to the play. Jason Somerville with a pair of eights.
I'm all in.
And there he goes. He's going all in with this.
Oh, he's the short stack at the table, just moving all in with the two snowmen.
But right behind him, Nick Lovin there. Noah Schwartz with a pair of threes.
Well, you don't mind making a big bet with a small pair, but you don't want to call an all-in bet with one. Noah goes out.
Yeah, he does. Doc Sands also flying away.
I call.
But he's going to get the action from the chip leader, Jazayeri.
Always trying to get better. Took 3 WPT boot camps. Jason Somerville has a World Series of Poker bracelet to his credit. He's trying to add a WPT title to his resume.
He's got the 2 8s. He's up against ace-queen.
This is Jason's 19th WPT event, his first final table. And the flop is nice there for Jason.
Yep, it's come 7-4-4. The 2 8s out in front.
Very comfortable as Sean, and look at him smiling. Looks a little like the Joker from Batman. Let's go to the turn.
It's a deuce.
Well, a deuce comes off, so we are down to the river.
Away from a double up.
Jason Somerville just has to dodge an ace or a queen to double up here. Can he do it?
Will the eights be lucky? Here we go to the river.
It's a queen.
Oh, the queen on the river. Heartbreak for the 24-year-old poker pro, Jason Somerville. And Vince, what a dagger that is. On the river to get beat by an ace or a queen.
And that is brutal, Jason, a gentleman.
Man, River's been brutal in this tournament.
Got to take home $202,000 here from the Commerce Casino. And right now, he's going over to talk to Matt Savage.
Well, Jason, that was quick. You came in here with the short stack. Was that your plan kind of today to get it in early?
Well, I got dealt 2 8s with like my stack against anything but shove, and he asked to call, of course, with ace queen, and it just came out bad. You know, can't do anything, just lost the flip.
Well, you didn't have much of an experience here at your first final table, but I'm sure you'll be back for more. Jason Somerville, a great player, and obviously, I'm sure we'll see you again.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it.
Everyone is out there looking for their perfect match. Someone that completes them, brings them value. Well, at WPT Global, we want to be your perfect match. Get a 100% deposit match bonus, now up to $1,500, along with bonus tournament tickets and more. Deposit today using the promo code YT66 and give your bankroll a perfect match.
But it's second WPT final table. That is impressive stuff.
Yes, it is. And we're back to the table. 5 players remain. By the way, where did Jess and BJ find those payphones? They're more difficult to find than aces these days, but they found them. All right, back to the table. Noah Schwartz with a 10-6. He's going to raise with that junk, 135.
Yeah, right under the gun. Doc Sands going out.
Now the chip leader, Sean Jazayeri, also folding.
Over to Jason Burt.
He won't play.
Big blind now. Dan Kelly looks down at Queen Jack.
Yes, he's in the big blind, and he's going to make that call, give action to Noah Schwartz. So Queen Jack up against 10-6. Here we go with the flop.
Now flop comes King 8 deuce. No help to anybody. I hate to tell you, Dan, but you look like a high school student.
He does look pretty young. He certainly does. And he's going to check his nothing hand. And with a continuation bet, Nick Lovin betting. And he's going to be successful with a nothing hand. And that's got to feel good.
Nice continuation bet by Noah there to take down that pot.
All my people are here.
So very tough. One of those guys from South Florida.
Okay, and right now you can see Sean Jazayeri, the 53-year-old, out in front with $5 million in chips.
Doc Sands in second place with a little over $4 million. Noah Schwartz in third with over $2.8 million.
And action is going to go on the local. Jason Burt, he's got a 10 deuce, quickly folds his hand. Dan Kelly with a 6 deuce, also not going to play, so it's around to Noah Schwartz with the button. He's got ace jack. And he is going to raise.
Comes in for $135,000.
Like he should with ace jack. Now Doc Sands looking down at ace 4. Ejects that hand. And there's the chip leader, Sean.
Now he's got the queen 7 here, and he is going to play.
This is a guy that says he likes to play confused poker so far tonight. I don't agree.
Well, the flop comes 7-7-5. He has flopped 3 7s. He checks it, hoping Noah will make that continuation bet again, but he doesn't.
Oh, McLovin smartly slowing down with a check.
Now a 3 comes off.
3 on diamonds.
Sean's going to look back down at his hand.
150.
Now, that's something that older players do that younger players don't do, Vince. They look back at their hand in the middle of the pot because they want to make sure what suits they've got or what they've got, actually.
There you see Noah going to make the call here. No card he can catch to win the pot. Whatever he puts out there is just going over to Sean's stack.
Okay, a 5 pairs the board again. So Sean with 7s full.
I check.
Oh, going to lay another trap down.
Weak check, in my opinion. It allows Noah just to check down an ace high here, and that's what he's done. Sean turns up 7s full and is going to win this pot. I'd believe he got paid off. Had he put his opponent on an ace like I think he should have, the way that hand was played.
Noah could have had a chance of bluffing at it too with nothing, so.
Noah Schwartz used to be a baseball pitcher. Southpaw. Pitched in high school and college. Injured his arm and turned to poker, Vince. That's how he got into poker. His dream of hitting the major leagues went south. He is now a professional poker player and has been for 9 years.
2 pretty dodgy jobs, if you ask me. But he's going to fold this hand now, Doc Sands. Highly regarded as a poker pro. Goes away as well. Sean not going to play.
Action over on Jason Burt.
Yep, he's in the small blind. He's got king jack, and he's raised it to 160.
Now Dan Kelly makes the call here. Well, both Jason and Dan mechanical engineering majors in college. Jason went to California Institute of Technology. Dan Kelly went to Villanova.
Flop comes up with a king. That is nice for Jason Burt. Hitting kings, top pair. And he's going to make the continuation bet with the real hand. Looks like 180,000.
On Dan now. He's got no hand and no draw. Oh, Vince, he's going to make what we call a float bet. He's made the call here with no hand and no draw.
Floating down river trouble.
Catches a queen on the turn. This does give him a straight draw.
Yeah, open-ended. And of course, Burt not going to let up. Makes a solid bet, 370,000. Going to make him pay for it.
These are the 2 shorter stacks left in the tournament. Fighting it out for this pot.
He's bet about half the size of the pot.
Now he got himself in a bit of trouble because now he has an open-ended. He's thinking Burt could be trying to steal this.
He actually has a hand now. They can win the pot.
Whoa.
Well, he is going all in here.
He is going to push it.
Well, Dan Kelly fighting for this pot. Moving all in here on the turn. Jason Burt with a tough decision as to what to do now. You just wouldn't think the guy would raise you with a pair of kings and a weaker kicker in this spot. Essentially, all he can beat is a bluff right now. But what a play by Dan Kelly here. To make a float on the flop and now move in on the turn. We talk about young guys playing aggressive. This a perfect example of it. The question is, can he get by Jason Burt? Remember, this is all of Jason's chips. If he plays this pot, it's for his tournament life.
The young local from Sherman Oaks.
I call.
He's going to make the right call.
What a good read by Jason Burt right there. Whatever happens in this pot, pretty incredible. One guy fighting for the pot and the other guy not giving it up.
Well, that is solid poker by the local Jason Burt, but now he's got to sweat out the river.
Well, a great call. In reality, all he can beat with those 2 kings is a bluff here, and that's exactly the situation. Dan Kelly making a move on the turn. Must catch a straight now to win this pot. Needs a 9 or an ace.
Jason Burt could be the hero of the night.
It's an ace! Wow! Dan Kelly has won this pot and eliminated Jason Burt from this tournament. And Vince, both players now that have been eliminated at this table lost on the river.
That's an absolutely stunning last card. Jason Burt with a great call there for all the money. Gets a suck out on the river with the ace. He's going to take home $252,000 and some indigestion as he goes over to talk to Matt Savage.
Jason, real tough beat there. Can you tell us a little bit about that hand?
Well, I went into the tank for quite a while. You know, it is all my chips, but in the end, thought I made a good call. Unfortunately, deck didn't agree with me.
I'm sure we'll see another final table in the World Poker Tour. Congratulations, Jason.
Thank you.
All right, back to the game. A quick fold by Dan Kelly, and now Noah Schwartz from Florida looks at a 7 deuce of hearts. He's got the button. He's got chips, and he's going to get brave with a raise. 160 to go.
Well, Noah had major league pitching aspirations in his mind. He was a lefty.
I call.
Pitched in high school and college, but had elbow trouble. Now been a poker pro 9 years.
Doc is out, and Sean has picked up ace-jack, but no re-raise. Just calling.
What a flop for Noah. It's come queen 7-7. He's flopped 3 sevens.
Yep, Sean with ace high, and Noah can't believe his luck here. Got to stick out a very delicate 110. Try not to chase him away, but that's exactly what happens. Sean releases his hand.
He's making a continuation bet. Just thinks it'd be too suspicious if he didn't make one on that flop.
They have the queen 7. It's crazy.
I did. I pushed you on queens.
Sick read. See on TV, it's pretty sick read.
Yay.
Well, Noah taking down that pot, but he would have liked to get a little more action there.
Hoping you had the 7.
I had a big hand. Pre-flop.
Oh, that's going to make Noah even more crazed right now.
Well, this is Doc Sands now. He's going to raise it.
Call.
Sean quickly calls with king 7. Dan Kelly out. And Noah Schwartz also out. So king 10 up against king 7, and we are flopping.
Well, flop comes ace 8-5 with 2 spades. Well, Doc does
I check.
not make the continuation bet, and Sean quickly checks right behind him. Now a 7 comes off, and Sean now has the best hand with a pair of 7s.
Doc disillusioned about his hands tonight.
150.
Checks again. Sean gonna bet with the 7s.
Puts his opponent on something like king, queen, or queen, jack, and he's going to bet the 2 7s and take it down.
Well, Vince, you got to say he is wowing this crowd right now. They might not have been a fan of his before the night started, but the way he's handled these young guys so far, very impressive.
And what's also impressive, Mike, is right over there, the Royal Flush Girls Social Bar, which we have here in Season 10, where the Royal Flush Girls enjoy talking to the many patrons and railbirds. What do you think they're talking about, Mike?
Can I whisper it to you? Do I have to say it on air here, Vince? But I think their bluffs are going to get called by these girls.
That's a great addition we have on the World Poker Tour. I mean, think about it. You go to a football game, you can't sit next to the cheerleaders and chit-chat. What a bargain this is.
When bust out, there's still hope on the World Poker Tour.
They're at every WPT event, along with Mike Sexton and myself. Look at this, Mike. Sean Jazayeri with a pair of kings.
Everything's gone right for him so far, and now he looks down and finds a pair of kings. You gotta love it.
Gonna make it 210,000 to go now. Dan Kelly with a pair of 10s right behind him.
Well, could get himself in trouble here. The aggressive player 3 bets here, but he does not. He just calls with the 2
Wow,
10s.
just calls. And now Noah Schwartz with a ace-jack, decent hand.
Well, Vince with his stack size. And Dan Kelly not re-raising pre-flop. He may just go with this hand. I wouldn't blame him if he did. I'm talking about moving all in.
Well, you're thinking about, hey, listen, you can have some dead money.
All in.
And that's exactly what he's thinking. He's thinking about a squeeze play. It could be at the wrong time. He has gone all in. Doc Sands getting out of the way.
I'm all in.
Well, quickly, Sean going all in as well. Gives Dan Kelly an opportunity to get out of the pot with his 2 10s.
And he does so. Oh, this is incredible. Noah trying the squeeze play at the wrong time, perhaps.
Noah got lucky last time and stayed alive when he hit 2 runners to make it straight to split the pot. Right now, he's looking for a bullet.
Oh, wow. I played so bad this tournament. Jesus Christ.
Doesn't mean he can't get lucky here.
I'm the worst.
He is being tough on himself.
I look like an online donk on TV, that's for sure. Queen, king, 10, sweat?
Now the flop.
Come on, that would be fun.
I'm game.
I deserve to get lucky, right?
Ace-Jack up against Kings, and the flop is 6-6-10. Now look at that. It would have been 3 of a kind for Dan Kelly.
Oh.
He's miserable about that.
Can't believe it.
If it's happening, it's not happening till the river.
That's
So,
true.
I don't know what we're all excited
That's the way
about.
these tournaments
Yeah.
are about, yeah.
This has been a crazy night here at the Commerce. Suckouts galore. It could happen. Not there. It's a 9.
Well, we're down to the river. Noah Schwartz must catch an ace on the river to stay alive if he wants to win this tournament.
Slow. Do sweat. Sweat. But slow, though.
Can he get the bullet?
sweat.
He needs
First
the
sweat.
ace.
Let's take a look. Go!
Doesn't happen as the 10 comes off.
And quads.
Dan would have made quads in this hand. He could have doubled up and had the big chip lead here. But Noah Schwartz, the former pitcher, just couldn't get it across the plate tonight, out in 4th place.
Noah Schwartz, $355,000 he'll take back to Miami, and a lot of experience. 3 players remain, and right now Noah's going over to talk to Matt Savage.
Here with Noah Schwartz, our 4th place finisher. Kind of have a tough night today.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't get it. I just played really, really bad from the get-go. Not really a whole lot. No way to sugarcoat it.
Well, I mean, obviously you're a great player. You've been to 3 final tables, 8 cashes in the World Poker Tour. What's it going to take for you to take one of these down?
Not play as bad as I did, obviously. I mean, that's one of the key. I mean, I played really bad. I'm disappointed in my play, but happens.
Well, I'm sure we'll see you next at the next stop on the World Poker Tour.
I'll be there.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, Noah. Back to you, Marinella.
Well, there you see the chip count. Sean Jazayeri well out in front with over 9.6 million. Dan Kelly in 2nd place. Doc Sands in 3rd. The winner going to get over 1.3 million. Next guy out gets 521,000.
Sean has folded, and Dan Kelly with ace-8 has raised.
All in.
And look at this. Doc Sands all in with $2 million.
Well, Dan quickly calls. So here we go. Dan Kelly beat him in the pot with the ace-8 offsuit, and he's out in front.
Unreal call.
Just incredible.
Snap call by Dan Kelly. Huge moment here at the Commerce Casino.
Well, Doc Sands tournament life on the line, and
Oh,
a king
boy.
comes on the flop. Doc Sands has taken the lead.
Well, that's the way to outflop for Doc Sands. Finally, a little smile, perhaps. Dan not liking that.
And the board pairs 7, so as the cards lie, Dan Kelly must catch an ace on the river to win the pot. He did it earlier when he knocked out Jason Burt. Can he do it again?
And there's Erica David's fiance on the rail, sweating her man, and it's going to pay off for Doc Sands.
So just that quick, David Doc Sands, a one to watch this season on the World Poker Tour, watches his chips double up.
Oh, and a beautiful thing to do, especially when you go into the flop as an underdog. But that's not going to bother Doc Sands right now. He's doubled up. We have 3 players remaining.
I think it's obvious Dan Kelly's got a pretty good read on the guy. Made a snap call with the ace-8 there, and it was the best hand.
Well, these are 2 tough young poker pros battling. Right now, back to the next hand. David, this time with Queen-9. That's Doc Sands. He's raised. Sean getting out of the way.
And Dan Kelly has the same hand, a Queen-9. And usually when both players have the same hand, whoever's doing the post-flop betting is the guy that wins the pot most of the time.
Dan Kelly, 22 years old, got this tournament to a $1,000 satellite. He's making it pay off here tonight. Flop comes up with a nothing flop, 6-5-4. Sean, oh,
Shaking his head because he'd have flopped a straight, but
certainly would have.
not going to call a raise with a 3 deuce.
Dan checks. And Doc looks like he's going to, yes he is, make the continuation bet with Queen High, and it's going to work.
So Doc Sands picking up another pot by betting.
Everyone is out there looking for their perfect match. Someone that completes them, brings them value. Well, at WPT Global, we want to be your perfect match. Get a 100% deposit match bonus, now up to $1,500, along with bonus tournament tickets and more. Deposit today using the promo code YT66 and give your bankroll a perfect match.
$100,000 buy-in high rollers event. Went deep in the main event of the World Series of Poker, now looking to take down a WPT title.
210.
All right, back to the felt. Sean with the pair of 3s, going to 210 to call. Dan out. But David Doc with a king-queen will see the flop.
Yep, he's just going to call here. What a flop for Doc. It's come king, six, deuce. He's flopped top pair.
250.
He has checked it. He's getting Sean to bet with just the threes. 250,000. Doc has got to love this and makes a casual call.
Sean probably not liking that. 8 of clubs comes off. Well, Doc checks.
I check.
Sean quickly checks right behind him. Kind of hope he's on some kind of drawing hand now, whether it be a flush or a straight. Board pairs eights. Doc's gonna bet 540,000 and a quick fold with the 2 threes. Just doesn't even consider he's got a drawing hand and bluffing at the pot, and he gives it up and wisely so.
Right now, Sean Jazayeri has about 9 million in chips. David Doc Sands with 5.2, and Dan Kelly with 2.2.
Okay, the action's back on Dan.
Dan Kelly now looks down at an ace-7 of clubs. He's got the button, he's got raise and chips in hand, and he slaps them in. 160,000 to go. Doc Sands out.
I call.
Now Sean gonna make the call with the 76 trombones.
And here we go with the first 3.
Flop comes 9-8 deuce.
Uh-oh.
Sean's flopped an open end straight draw.
Check.
But notice that Dan has flopped the nut flush draw.
Yeah, and Sean checks it. Dan's got to love this flop.
Well, it's a hand you're going to go with. Vince. No matter what happens, you're not throwing away the nut flush draw.
Yeah, it's 185,000.
425.
Whoa.
Sean has check raised here.
Sure.
Take that, you youngster. Young whippersnapper.
Is that what you call them now? Whippersnappers.
Well,
It's good.
I think the whip is going to go right back on Sean here in a minute. If I was Dan, I'd just move in here.
Oh.
And that's what he's done.
That was 1.6.
Now the call, this is an additional 1.6 to call off with just an open-ended straight draw. I think he can get away from this right now.
It's one thing to move in with it. It's another to call your money off with it. You hate calling money off of the draw.
Not even the best draw, of course.
I call.
Oh boy, he is doing it.
Quite a gamble here by the amateur.
You're ahead.
What's unique about these two particular players, one's a tough young pro, one's an amateur player that's older. Both players got in this tournament by winning a $1,000 satellite.
All right, the crowd stunned here. Sean Jazayeri, the chip leader, with a chance of knocking out another player here. Here's the turn card.
Well, an ace on the turn. So we are down to the river. Sean must catch a 5 or a 10 that's not a club to win this pot and eliminate Dan Kelly from this tournament right now.
That would be an historic beat here at the Commerce. Here we go. Let's take a look.
Well, it's a 4 of clubs.
Nice hand.
Thank you.
So Dan Kelly making the flush to take down that pot and double up. And Vince, for the first time tonight, Sean has taken a hit on his chip lead.
Yeah, he bet his hand on the come. Didn't pay off. He has doubled up Dan Kelly. We're coming back with more action as 3 players remain here at the LAPC, here at the Commerce Casino.
You see the chip count. Sean Jazayeri out in front right now, but not by much, as you can see. David Doc Sands in second. Dan Kelly a distant third at the moment.
Winner's going to take home over 1.3 million. Here we go again. Action on the so-called amateur player, Sean Jazayeri. He's got the button, and he quickly folds a 10-8.
Dan Kelly, 22-year-old pro out of Potomac, Maryland. Both Sean and Dan Kelly you're looking at here got in this tournament by winning a $1,000 satellite.
Dan Kelly's got King Jack, and he's going over the top. Makes it 250 to go. And Doc Sands from Vegas, 27-year-old, folds his hand. And Dan Kelly, I have to say he's 22, but he looks younger than a Chinese gymnast, if you ask me.
Well, the guy's graduated from Villanova with a degree in mechanical engineering, so that's pretty impressive stuff, even though he's now a professional poker player.
All right, the very next hand, right back on Dan Kelly, this time with a Jack 8. And he quickly folds. Doc Sands now with a pair of 7s.
So David Doc Sands, very bright as well. He went to the Hamilton College of International Politics, was summa cum laude there. Ironically, he went there because math wasn't a requirement. Now, that's something you don't find in many poker players. Well, where they shun from the math.
270 to go, and Sean with ace-4, not going to re-raise with ace-high, has made the call. Flop comes up 8-6 deuce. That is pretty good with a pair of 7s. Back on Doc to act first. Ducks out of Las Vegas, 27 years old, 12 WPT events, his second cash.
He has had an amazing year in terms of success as a tournament poker pro. Nothing would do better for him, though, than to cap it off with a win here at the LAPC.
Well, he's on his way there. He bet 280, quick fold.
And with that pot, Doc Sands has taken the chip lead. He is out front, the first time someone besides Sean has led at this final table.
And it's on Doc again. This time he looks down at a little pair of deuces. Makes a nice little raise of 200,000 total.
All in.
Sean out, and Dan Kelly with King Jack comes back over the top. Now he's short stacked, but that's still significant, about 1.5 in addition to Doc.
You always hate to call an all-in bet with a small pair, but Doc may want to gamble here. He can afford to do it, and there's nothing he would like more than to knock out this tough young pro where he could play heads up with the amateur for the title with the chip lead. So if you're going to pick a spot to gamble with a small pair, to call an all-in bet, this might be the time, Vince.
You don't want to double up this young, tough online poker pro.
Okay, I call.
Wow, he is going to call it.
Well, Doc Sands has got the Ducks. Will they quack or will they waddle away? That's the question.
There's Doc's fiancée, Erica, sweating her man.
Incredibly, both Erica and Doc cashed in the WSOP main event. They were in the top 30, in fact, going out one right after the other. Erica finished 29th and Doc 30th, so she got the better of him, and I'm sure that she reminds him of that quite frequently.
Dan hoping to hit king or jack, but no, 7-4-4. Good for Doc Sands, just not good for Dan. To the turn we go. So much at stake right now.
Well, another 4 comes off, so Doc Sands has made a full house. If a 7 comes off, they would split the pot. Dan Kelly needs a king or a jack to win the pot, or another 4.
Doc Sands looking like a genius to call off with a pair of deuces. He's one card away from going into heads-up action.
It's a 3. The 2 Ducks are quacking, and that's going to do it for Dan Kelly tonight. He is going to be out in 3rd place. Vince, the kid fought a tough battle tonight. Just wasn't quite meant to be for him.
Well, this kid can play. No doubt about it. He'll take home $521,000 as he walks over to Matt Savage.
Obviously, you're a great player and awfully young. Got a lot more final tables in your future.
Hope so.
How do you feel about how you played tonight?
I think I played well. Didn't win.
All right, Dan, congratulations.
Thank you.
A lot of money, and obviously, you'll be back again.
All right, Doc Sands now looking down at an 8 deuce. And he is going to pump it up, makes it 200,000 to go. Sean, not going to raise. Now, he's been very effective doing this when he has ice high. Most guys would re-raise, doesn't do it. It's worked for him so far.
What a flop for Doc. He's flopped 3 of a kind. He's got 3 deuces here. His opponent's got ace high and checks. You're never going to put a guy a deuce in his hand when he raised pre-flop. Doc trying to figure out how much can he bet where this guy's not going anywhere. Well, 270,000, a little bigger bet than I thought he would make into a $420,000 pot.
I call.
Obviously, looks like the right amount as Sean is calling him with the ace high.
All right, to the turn we go.
A 9 comes off.
Doesn't help Sean, he checks.
The guy called you on the flop. Maybe he'll call you again on the turn. How much do you bet now?
Or do you just want to check it? Rope him in.
Well, pot's got almost $1 million in it. Well, Doc bets 570,000. Might have been a little bit too big as it chased Sean away, but anytime you get your opponent drawing dead, whatever bet you make if he doesn't call, you're not happy about.
All right, Doc getting close to 9.8 million, a little bit over that. Action on Sean. He's got a pair of 8s this time, and he has raised 250 to go. Doc Sands with a king 7 of clubs, making this call.
Doc looking to take a flop off here. And the flop has come 10-9-3 with 2 clubs. David Doc Sands has flopped a flush draw. He's going to check. Sean, of course, with the 2-8s.
Legitimate pair. He's going to bet 250 again.
Well, the question is now, you're certainly not folding. Do you raise or do you just call? If you raise and your opponent comes back over the top, you got to be willing to gamble with this hand. Doc just doesn't want to gamble on a drawing hand, as we say. Don't give the guy chips when you don't have anything made yet. Well, he's got something made now. The 5 of clubs peels off on the turn. Doc has him drawing dead. He has a flush.
I'm so sorry.
And look at this.
I apologize.
Sean has made a rookie
So
mistake.
if I check, does that action stay?
Sean acted out of turn, betting 425,000.
Can you ask Matt?
And there's tournament announcer Ali Najad calling the action tonight for the live audience. Good question. If he checks,
I check.
will Sean be obligated to make that bet?
Sean is being held to his original out-of-turn action of 425,000.
What a great advantage to know that your man is going to bet you're going to check and raise.
Doc seemed very confident and anxious to raise him here, by asking those questions.
That's true.
Question is, how much do you raise?
Oh, he's coming back over the top. And Sean,
I fold.
yeah, he quickly gets out of the way again, escapes a bullet. Bad mistake there by Sean. And right now, Doc Sands out in front with over 10 million.
Everyone is out there looking for their perfect match. Someone that completes them, brings them value. Well, at WPT Global, we want to be your perfect match. Get a 100% deposit match bonus, now up to $1,500, along with bonus tournament tickets and more. Deposit today using the promo code YT66 and give your bankroll a perfect match.
All right, the antes are 20,000 now. Blinds are 60 and 120. Action on Doc Sands from Vegas. He is going to raise with a king 3 to 240,000.
Well, Sean is going to re-raise here.
Well, Sean's picked up a pair of 8s.
He's at 645,000 to go, so the WPT boot camp instructors will be happy to see that. They've taught him that pairs are big hands playing heads-up poker. He 3-bet him nicely there.
Yes, he did. He said before the heads-up action he was going to play more aggressive, and right there he had a nice opportunity. Did so. Nicely done. Action on right back on Sean. Let's take a look at his cards. Oh, just an ace-king, Mike.
Well, my guess is he'll play this one aggressive too, Vince.
Yeah. Beautiful starting hand. In the past, he's played those ace-highs sort of slowly, though. He has just called, but this time gonna raise.
It took a long time to raise here. Usually he's very quick acting, but...
Oh, he's gonna chase away Doc Sands.
Well, Doc had 10-5 offsuit. Not gonna play, but Sean was hoping to get some action there.
Well, he has played them slowly in the past, and then when the ace hits, he has disguised his hand. He made a lot of money doing that in this final table. So back to this hand, Doc Sands now.
Doc Sands on the button here with a 6-deuce offsuit. Just going to make a position raise here to 240,000. The min raise.
I call.
This time Sean with an uneventful 10-6, but says he will speculate, and we'll see the first 3.
There's a flop. Oh, it's come 6-6-3. Both players have flopped 3 6s. Doc Sands is outkicked. This could spell big trouble for Doc Sands with a capital T.
Right now, Sean has set the trap. He's checked.
Yeah, Doc gonna bet the flop here. 270,000. Let's see if Sean slow plays the 3 6s.
It's tough to suppress your happiness when you hit 3 of a kind, and he's gonna raise it. Makes it 600,000 to go. And Doc also thinking that he's got his man wrapped up.
Well, let's see what Doc does now. Guy check raised him on the flop. You flop 3 6s. You're not throwing this hand away. Just a matter if you're just calling here or if you're raising.
Gosh, Sean in a great place with the bigger kicker. Doc Sands has no idea.
Even if you're out kicked, you're playing this hand.
Oh, yeah.
But Doc is thinking if the guy's bluffing, he wants to give him more chances to continue bluffing, so he just calls here. That's the reason for the call.
Turn card a king of hearts.
I check.
And this time Sean slows down. Doc Sands, is that a check? Yes, it is.
Well, there you see it's a 41% chance for a tie here. Oh, and a tie it's going to be. As the 3 comes off, both players have made 6s full. That a very nice card for Doc Sands. Could have saved him a lot of money here.
You think? And now it's on Sean. Taking his time now.
Well, they're both pitter-pattering around.
1 million.
And he's betting $1 million after a long deliberation and a nice gulp there.
That's a Hollywood gulp if I ever saw one.
By Doc Sands. He's gulping because he can't believe it. He's got 6s full and his opponent's leading out betting $1 million.
This is a great place to be in. Saying, how do I keep him in, though? Keep him on the leash.
Well, hide and go seek. This is a classic tell here, folks. The guy's trying to act weak when we know he's very strong.
All right, Doc's coming back over the top, about 2.5 in total.
I'm all in.
And there goes the all-in.
John says all in. Call.
That's all in. Doc looks back to make sure it's a 6 and not a 7 in his hand. He can't believe it. He calls. This is going to be a split pot. Both players have 6s full of 3s.
Well, you got to say Doc Sands was lucky there. He was going to lose a huge pot.
That was fun.
Let's not waste each other's time like that ever again.
Nice look out.
Well, there you see Vanessa Selbst, one of the truly great poker players in the world, man or woman I'm talking about.
Oh, she's sort of mocking Doc, saying great suck out. Partially true, but all right, as you can see now, Doc Sands with about 10.4 million in chips.
Yeah, still maintaining the chip lead. And look at this, another pair for Sean here. He picked up 2 8s, an ace-king, 2 5s. When he had the 10-6, he made 6s full.
Well, he makes it 250 to go. Doc gets out of the way, has to fold his hand.
And yet Doc Sands still has the chip lead. These guys tonight are playing for a WPT title and over $1.3 million.
That's right. Thank you, Marion LA. And as you can see, David Doc Sands, sensational online pro now with a big opportunity to take this title. He has close to 9.5 million in chips. Sean Jazayeri, a former director at Microsoft, with about 7.
Well, almost the exact same chip count they started his heads-up battle with. And look at this, Doc Sands has picked up 2 queens on the button.
Boy, what a tremendous hand, what an opportunity. And he's gonna casually move it up to 280, but Sean right behind him with a huge hand himself, ace-king.
Buckle up, folks. I don't care which of these hands you have. You're happy to get it in.
800,000.
800,000 to go. Now, Doc, thinking this through, saying, am I still in front? Does this guy really have aces or kings?
Well, the only thing he might be thinking about, Vince, is do you just want to call here and just see if an ace peels off, for example? Then you give the hand up if the guy bets? I think you have to re-raise right here. I would with the 2 queens. And only 2 hands can have you beat right now.
Yeah, but are you going to chase him out even if he doesn't have aces or kings? If he has something else, you're going to chase him out with a raise? We'll find out. He makes it 1.8 million.
I don't blame him. I'd raise it here too, and I'll be surprised if Sean doesn't ship it.
I'm all in.
Sean going all in.
Call.
And of course, called down by Doc Sands.
Doc has the 2 queens. He's out in front. He's up against ace-king. Certainly you can't fault either player for getting their money in with this hand. If the 2 queens stand up, David Doc Sands will be our champion.
Now, if Sean should win this, he would have a 5-1 chip lead. So,
One time.
huge turn of events if that should happen.
I got no flush draws.
I do.
Well, everybody on their feet here at the Commerce.
You haven't made one bad play this tournament, man. You've played great.
Appreciate that. Likewise. Good luck to you.
Anxiously awaiting this flop.
Big time.
Doc's in the lead and has Sean covered.
Erica saying, just can he win one race? Just one race. He'll be our champion.
Everyone on their feet. 5 cards to come. Here's the flop.
And an ace right on the flop. 2 diamonds come on the flop. Doc does have the queen of diamonds, but unfortunately, his opponent's got the king of diamonds.
What a flop there for Sean. To flip things around here. Here comes 4th Street.
Well, an 8 comes off, so we are down to the river. Doc Sands must catch a lucky lady if he's going to win the tournament right here, right now.
Can he catch the queen to take down the LAPC? Throw that card down.
Well, it's a 3. So Doc Sands sits back down, as does Sean. The heads-up battle continues, but Vince, we got a new captain of the ship.
That is right. It is Sean Jazayeri, a former director at Microsoft, out in front with close to 14 million. Oh boy, and the antes are going up to 25,000. Blinds are going to be 75 and 150 at this point. So getting even more expensive. As you can see, the winner's going to take home over 1.3.
400 total.
And right now, Sean, in this hand with ace-5, is going to raise, makes it 400,000 to go.
Well, Doc picks up king, queen. He's going all in with it right here.
I call.
Oh, he's going to get the call by Sean.
Well, Sean calls and has the best hand with ace high.
I have the king queen.
Was it too aggressive by Doc Sands? We will find out. Right now, Sean is favored in this hand to take down the title.
Well, over 5 million in this pot.
Here we go with the flop.
Well, a king right on the flop, as did a 5 come off.
Well, he's allowed after the last hand of queens getting out-flopped. So this time, David Doc Sands out-flops Sean. Here goes the turn card.
Well, a jack comes off. Now, what that means is Sean can no longer win the pot if an ace comes up, because that would give Doc a straight. He now needs a queen, which would give him a straight, or a 5, which would give him 3 5s. Must have a queen or a 5 to win. Sean does. If it happens, he'll be our champion.
Yeah, he needs a couple miracles right here.
Queen.
Sean with a shot, got this tournament through a $1,000 satellite.
Oh, no! 5! Unbelievable!
Sean has done it! He's our champion!
Lightning on the river again to eliminate another player at this final table, Vince. We've seen it time and time again here at this LA Poker Classic final table. Heartbreak for David Doc Sands. Comes in second place. Just incredible. Sean Jazayeri has done it. He's our champion.
What a champ!
Doc, pretty tough one right there. That 5 on the river, losing that flip early. Question is, why do you get that pot so big for the big flip?
Yeah, I probably should have just called and folded the ace flop, but, you know, can't play them all perfectly.
Big round of applause for Doc Sands.
Once again, congratulations to our champion, Sean Jazayeri. Marinella, back to you.